Namaste to all. Ram Ram Ram. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini, Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada, Pathami Samskritam Nityam Vadami Samskritam Sada, Dhyayami Samskritam Samyak Vande Samskrita Mataram, Vande Samskrita Mataram, Vande Samskrita Mataram. Namasarvebhyah, Ram Ram Ram, Suprabhadam, Shubha Guruvasarah. We have pretty much come to the end of the Vyakaranam portion of the Prathamaha Pataha, the first chapter. Can somebody tell me what all we have covered so far? Varun Mahodaya.
Namaskaram, Bhagini. So far not received the book, but we have completed this, those, those, and then this, those. In Sanskrit, it is etad is there, and then etad, and then other things are katat, and then saha. Saha, Tavu, Teg, and then these things were covered so far. He, she, and for Vakyam.
Uttamam, very good. Very good. Dhanyavadaha. Ranjini auntie, can you summarize what we have done from the beginning?
From the beginning means from Varnamala I can start?
Varnamala, correct.
Okay. So Sanskrit, we have started from Varnamala. Varnamala is garland of letters.
In it, you can just tell the topics, auntie, what all we have done.
Okay.
So, what is Varnamala? Within Varnamala?
Vowels, Swaraha, Vyanjanani, Ayogavahaha, Unitaksharani, and Samyuktaksharani.
Very good. So we have covered these five under Varnamala. So what are Swaraha?
Swaraha or vowels.
Are vowels, correct. What are consonants?
Consonant is when we join Swaraha with vowels, which gives meaning, it is Vyanjanani, consonant.
Consonants. So when you join the consonant with the vowel, it becomes?
Vyanjanani.
Vyanjanani is Meyeluthu. So Vyanjanani is Meyeluthu by itself. When you join in Tamil, when you join...
No, Gunitaksharani, sorry.
Gunitaksharani. Very good. So we get Gunitaksharani. Very good. Yes. And then that which are not part of Maheshwara Sutrani, they are called as?
Ayogavahaha.
Ayogavahaha. And then the last set where you join
Samyuktaksharani, which is consonant plus consonant.
Consonant plus consonant. Very good. Uttamam auntie. Very, very good. Dhanyavadaha. Ganga Bhagini, what did we do after that?
Ram, can you hear me?
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Yeah. So we learned more about Swaraha, that is vowels, and basically categorized them as Harasva Swaraha, that are short vowels, and Dirgha Swaraha, which are long vowels. Further, we learned about Ayogavahas, that are the special aksharas, where you have the Anuswaraha, that is and the Visargaha aha. We also learned about Jimva Muliya and Upadmaniya, the concept of Jimva Muliya and Upadmaniya. Then basically we learned that Anuswaras can be added with all these swaras to form specific sounding swaras. Similarly, visargas can be added to all these swaras. Then we also learned about extended long vowels, which are called plit swaraha.
Plita.
Plita swaraha. Further, we went on to learn about vyanjanani. Basically the part of the mouth where from where each vyanjan's sound is emanated. So so we basically learned them first as vargiya vyanjanani and avargiya vyanjanani. That was one kind of category that we learned. So further with the based on the place of origin, we learned the vyanjans as kanthya, talavya, Murdhanya, that is Kanthya is guttural or throat, which is for the Ka Varga Vyanjanani. Talavya is palatal for the Cha Varga Vyanjanani. Murdhanya is cerebral for the Ta Varga Vyanjanani. Dantya is dental for the Ta Varga Vyanjanani. Osthya, labial for the Pa Varga Vyanjanani.
Very good.
And the Nasika or the nasal sounding Vyanjans. So basically, this was based on how they were segregated based on their point of origin. Okay. Then further, we again categorized the Vyanjans as...
okay, I have to stop there. The Vyanjanam or Vyanjanani. The Vyanjan is in Hindi. So
okay, Vyanjanani.
Focus on that.
Yeah, Vyanjanani. So further, we categorize the Vyanjanani based on how much energy we spend in uttering that particular Vyanjana as Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. Okay. And so we basically learned that the Alpa Pranas are the first, third, and the Yara Lava Antasthas, which form the Alpa Pranas. Mahapranas are Vyanjanani, which need more energy to spell them out. These are the second and the fourth column of the Vyanjanani table, along with Shar, Sha, Sa, Ha.
Very good.
And then we have the Anunasika, which are basically five in number. Basically, the last column of all the Ka, Cha, Ta, Ta, they together form the Anunasika. And that is Ka, Kha, Ga, Ghana, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja, the last one. Yeah.
Last, Panchama.
Yeah, the Panchama. And then further you have hard consonant. There's another way of categorization, that is hard consonants or soft consonants. So which are basically called as Karkasha Vyanjanani and Mridu Vyanjanani.
Very good.
Karkasha Vyanjanani are again the first, second column of the Vyanjanani table, added with Sha, Sha, and Sa. Mridu Vyanjanani are the soft consonants, which are the third and the fourth and the fifth column. Sorry, the third and the fourth and the fifth column, along with Ya, Ra, La, Va, Ha added.
Very good.
So these are the ways how we have divided the, categorized the Vyanjanani.
Very good.
Further in the next class, we basically learned about Gunitaksharani.
Okay.
So where
you should consider teaching, Ganga Bhagni. How beautifully you have summarized. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. Uttamam. Jayalakshmi Bhagni. So after that we did Gunitaksharani. What is Gunitaksharani?
Ramnam Bhagni.
Gunitaksharani.
Yes, Gunitaksharani with the vowels. Joining of so vowels with the thing. 1 second. Okay. So Gunitaksharani, we did the thing for all the vowels.
What are Gunitaksharani?
Gunitaksharani is joining the vowels with the...
With?
The joining of vowels, no?
No, you don't join vowels, right? What do you join them with?
No, E. So swaras, the swaras we are like to aha.
What do you join them with?
No, I don't understand that. No, normally that's what from to aha. The vowels are being written as things. No?
To aha are vowels, correct.
All the
Now,
vowels.
huh?
All the vowels are written.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
what is the difference between a vowel and a gunitaksharam?
No, adding the swaras. That's what swaras to the.
To the
Well, I'm not able to tell the thing once again.
you add the
No,
swaras.
Gunit is e. For that, we are adding the sounds, isn't it?
Sounds to what?
To the swaras.
No. The swaras are the sounds. Swaram uchyate, swayam uchyate iti swaraha. They can produce the sounds by themselves. What
Yes.
you add the swara, the swaras are added to what?
Oh, I didn't think that I'm not able to.
Do you speak Tamil?
Yes.
Okay, in Tamil, what are gunitaksharam?
But I don't know. I don't read Tamil. Normally Hindi and Sanskrit only.
Okay, so the
So I'm not able
swaras
to
are
get what-
added to the vyanjanas. The vowels are added to the
Swaras
consonants.
are added to the vyanjanas to make the Gunitaksara.
To make
Yes,
the
yes.
Gunitakshara. So,
Okay.
ik plus a becomes k.
Sure. Yes.
Ik plus e becomes ki. Ik plus a becomes k. So, you
Ki.
add these swaras to the
To the vyanjanas.
vyanjanas to form the Gunitaksharas. Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha.
Okay.
Srividya Bhagini, what did we do after that?
Then we learned the Visarga pronunciation. Aha, aha, ihi, ihi, uhu, uhu, rihu, rihu, lihu, ehe, aihi, oho, auhu, aha. So we learned the Visarga pronunciation in general.
Very good.
And then we moved on to Samyukta Aksharani, which is nothing but combining a Vyanjanam with another Vyanjanam, consonant with consonant, conjunct consonant.
Very good.
So there are 6 types of Samyukta Aksharani that we learned.
Excellent.
First is the formation of the new symbol. That is, when we, for example, when we add ik plus sh, it becomes ksha, pariksha. So it gives a new symbol by itself.
Correct.
So we learned few such Samyukta Aksharanis. Then we went to the second type, which is half of the first consonant is followed by the second consonant. That is, for example, ik plus v is kwa, pakwam. So we saw a couple of examples in that. The third type is the second consonant is written below the first consonant. Like, for example, ik plus k is ik, kutaha. So the second ik, we write the half k beneath the first k.
Very good.
Then we saw the second consonant, which is the next type. Second consonant, in some irregular position, it is close to the first consonant. For example, id plus g, we write the, and the g is placed very close to the sadgatihi. So that kind of things we saw, and we also saw the rules or the exception in the pronunciation for ih plus na. So we pronounce, in case of any anunasika vyanjanani that comes, if it is combined with ih, then the anunasika is pronounced first, and then the ih is pronounced next.
Excellent.
For example, Brahma. So we pronounce the im first and then the her, whereas in other cases we pronounce the first vyanjana, half vyanjanani first and then the vyanjanam. The next type we saw is about the repaha, repaha, where the first consonant, if ra is the first consonant, and we have the next is the Vyanjanam. For example, ir plus ka, we write arch above the Vyanjanam, which is ka ke upar ir. So arkah kind of examples we saw. The second, in the next type of the repaha, which is the sixth type, is where the first is the half consonant combined with repaha. For example, ik plus ra is kra, chakram kind of things we saw.
Very good.
So this is about the samyukta aksharani that we saw.
Excellent.
And we saw a lot of padas based on the samyukta aksharani and
Aksharani as well. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Uttamam Bhagini. Very good. Very beautifully explained. Okay.
thank you.
After this, what did we do? Ram Mahodaya?
Namaste, Bhagini. After that, we went to some examples of Padani with vowel starting letters, etc. And then we went into some examples of Padani with the Vyanjanani as a starting letter.
Correct.
And then after finishing that, we went into the Namapada Linga Parichayaha. So the genders are Pullingaha, Strilingaha, Napumsakalingaha.
Very good.
We took, we generalized most of the common examples with the Pullingaha will end with the Visarga. And then most of the common Strilinga Padani will end with the A or E. Those are two examples we took. And then most of the neuter examples at this time we took was words that ending with the im.
Im. Very good.
So we took some examples, abhyasa in the class. So some examples are Ramaha, Devaha, Janakaha, Vrikshaha, Balakaha, etc. In the Strilinga example, Sita, Lata, Janani, Shaka, Balika, etc.
Very good.
In Napumsakalinga, we took some examples like Vanam, Phalam, Griham, etc. Then we took some examples asking us to identify which gender it is. But you gave us some words. After finishing that exercise, then we went into Vachana Parichayaha. Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam, or the three vachanas. And we looked at some examples in masculine, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. In Srilinga, one example is Balika, Balike, Balikaha.
Very good.
And then one example of a Srilingam ending with the E Karaha is Kupi, Kupyo, Kupyaha.
Uttamam.
In the Napumsakalinga example, one important example is Phalam, Phale, Phalani.
Uttamam.
And then we went into I think probably we went into some Abhyasaha. Then
I think the Linga Nama Namapadasya Linga Vachana Parichayaha ended there.
Yes.
After that, we must have done Natvam.
Sarvanama Pada Parichayaha we went.
No, before that we did Natva Niyamaha. Because in
Natva Niyamaha. Yep.
Let's see if Daya Bhagini can explain that. Uttamam, excellently explained, Mahodaya. Keep it up. Very good.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada. Daya Bhagini.
Am I audible? Namaste.
Namaskara.
Yeah. The Natva rule is when we say the words that is when there is an occurrence of the ra or sha and that is followed by a na in a word. So that is the just to start with. I mean, this rule is basically to explain like when we say the plural form, sometimes it is the na halani, sometimes it is grihani. The na, why the difference arises? So how the na transforms into na? There is a logic or the formula behind that, and that is what we discussed in this Natwa rule. So the nimittam or the cause that I mean for the whole this is ra or sha or repaha, shakaraha and rikaraha. Now in this, if this is followed by na, and in between there are some letters. So first we split it letter by letter, and we say what letter comes in between this ra, sha or r and the na. There are some that enable the changing of na into na, and there are some which do not allow that.
What are the three nimittas, the three varnas that are the cause for natva to happen?
Repaha, shakaraha, and rikaraha.
Uttamam. So these are the three. So immediately following this, if we have nakaraha, then automatically it becomes nakaraha. Like karnaha, pitrunam, right? See these examples, immediately following repa, you shakaraha, rikaraha, you have the krishnaha. So it automatically takes the nakaraha. Very good. And then you mentioned about certain varnas that allow the natva to happen and certain that don't. Go ahead, Bhagini.
So the swaraha, any of this one, say between this, say for example, let us just take one of these three, say repaha, and followed by na. In between there is only a swara. Then you have to split it letter by letter and see what falls in between the ra and na. If it is a swara, then the na will change into na. Similarly, if there is a ha, ya, ba, they are enablers. They make the na into na. Similarly, ka varga, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. If any of these letters come in between, then that will also make it change. Then pa, ha, ba, pa, ma. The pa varga, any of the letters in the pa varga, that will also make it change. Like varna, or I don't quickly.
It's okay. Examples are okay. So we have all the swaras. We have hayava, and then we have pavarga and pavarga. These allow the natva to happen. And if it is the end of the pada also, natva will not happen, even if all these conditions are satisfied. Like Raman, Pitrun, right? So the natva will not happen. Very good. Very nicely summarized. Did you want to add anything else, Bhagini?
No, this is about the
I think that's where we ended the natva. Okay. After this, what did we do? I think we went to the so we did nama padam means noun, and within the noun we did the linga vachana parichayaha, and then after nama padam we went to sarvanama padam. Sarvanama padams are pronouns. So that is where we did a bunch of exercises, and then we did verbs after that, I think. Okay. So within Sarvanama Padam, which are pronoun, again we have the Linga Vachana Bedam. So we started with Tad Shabdaha. Very nicely summarized. I think everybody who volunteered summarized it very beautifully. Thank you all. So for Sarvanama Pada Parichayaha, we did, I think, 4. We did Tad, Etad, idam, and then the prashnavachaka shabdaha, which is kim shabdaha. So we have dakarantaha, tad shabdaha. Tad, who can explain this? Jayalakshmi Bhagini. I think both Jayalakshmi Bhagini and Varun Mahodaya have answered today. Prabha Bhagini? Let's have more people participate.
Namaskaraha.
Namaskaraha.
So we are explaining the that shabda, thad. So that shabda, so it is classified, obviously it's categorized for pullingaha, strilingaha, napunsakalingaha. So we use saha, thau, te for pullingaha, which stands for ekavachanam, dvivachanam, and bahuvachanam. For strilingaha, it is sa, te, taha. And for napumsakalingaha, it is tat, te, thani.
Tani. Whenever you say tha, try not to stress it, Prabha Bhagini.
Okay.
Saha, tau, te. It is not saha, thau, te, right? It is saha, tau, te, tat, sa, te, taha, tat, te, tani. All the tas there are alpa pranaha. So focus. So if we had to frame sentences with these, how would we frame?
So for pullingaha, we can say saha balakaha. And for dvivachanam, we can say thau balakau. And for bahuvachanam, we can say te balakaha.
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 You can just say the three sentences. So, sa balika.
Okay. Sa balika, te balike, taha balikaha.
Uttamam.
Tat phalam, te phale, tani padhani.
For ikaranta strilinga, how will it decline? Sa,
sa nadhi, nadhi, te nadhyau, taha nadhyah.
Taha nadhyah. Very good. Excellent. Uttamam Bhagini. So this is tad shabda. Tad means that. So that boy, that girl, those boys, those fruits. So anything which is far away from us. Uttamam Bhagini. Dhanyavadaha. So opposite of this would be this. Opposite of tad would be etad. Chandra Bhagini, how would this decline?
When we want to denote things close by, that is very near, we use etad shabda, which means this. And for etad shabda, we have this pullinga, strilinga, and napumsakalinga, and also we have ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam.
Very good.
And it declines as eshaha, etau, ete for pullingaha, esha, ete, etaha for strilingaha, and etat, ete, etani for napumsakalingaha.
Very good.
For pullingaha, suppose we take the word meenaha, we say eshaha meenaha, that this fish. Etau meenau, these two fish. And ete meenaha, these fishes.
You
And
can just say the Samskrita vakyam. So esha.
Pardon?
You don't have to translate, Bhagini. So esha.
Okay. Esha, for a strilinga, we have esha dvichakrika, and ete dvichakrike, and etaha dvichakrikaha. And for a strilinga ikaranta shabdaha, we have esha lekani, ete lekanyau, and etaha lekanyaha. And for napumsakalinga, we say etat patram, ete patre, and etani patrani.
Etani patrani. Uttamam. Very good. So all these denote something which is in the near proximity, which is close to us. Uttamam Bhagini. Very good.
Thank you.
Varun Mahodaya, try not to answer in chat while somebody is answering. It is very distracting. So whenever somebody is unmuting and answering, the protocol that we generally follow is everybody listens to the class. Please avoid chat. Let us use chat for question, and that too when I say, you can ask questions now. You can type out your questions at that time. Okay, so the next one that we did is the idam shabdaha. So what is idam shabdaha, and when is it used? Sudha Bhagini.
Namaskaraha.
Hmm.
Idam we use it for personal, connected to personal things like my daughter, my son. And in Pullingaha, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam are there. And Pullingaha, we say I am, Imau, Ime. And Strilingaha, we decline it as Iyam, Ime, Imaha. And Napumsaka Lingaha, we decline it as Idam, Ime, Imani.
Idam, Ime, Imani. Very good. So, I am, Imau, Ime, Iyam, Ime, Imaha, Idam, Ime, Imani. How will you remember which is for Pullingaha or Strilingaha for this?
Alphabet of starting letter A. I am.
That would be for Pullingaha.
Yes.
There is always
Pullingaha.
confusion around which one is Pullingaha and which one is Strilingaha. So that can be used as a clue. Udaharanani Vakyani.
I am Balakaha, Imau Balakau, Ime Balakaha. And then Strilingaha, we say Iyam Balika, Ime Balik, Ime Balike, Imaha Balikaha. Napumsakalingaha, we say Idam Phalam, Ime Phale, Imani Phalani.
Imani Phalani. So this is specifically used for an object or some reference which is personal to us, and it is referred or used a lot in Samskritam literature. Uttamam Bhagini. Very good.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha. So, and then the last one is similar declension, which is Kim Shabdaha. Kaha Kauke, Kake Kaha, Kim Ke Kani. So when you are posing a prashnaha, which is question, according to the Vachanam and the Lingam, you would use the corresponding Prashnavachaka Shabdaha, which is very different from the languages which we are used to, you know, your mother tongue or English, where it is general who is coming. It can be Rama, or it can be Sita, or it can be a friend. But the question would generally be who. But here, when you know the person who is going to come falls under a specific category, suppose your son's friend is coming and that friend is a boy, and that will be a Akaranta Pullinga Padam or Ukaranta Ikaranta, wherever, right? So, but the Prashnavachakaha will automatically take the Kaha. Now, if a lady is doing some work, right? And which lady will do, and you know the answer will always be a Strilinga Padam, then automatically the Prashnavachaka Shabdaha will be Ka, right? If it is singular. Now, this Ka, Ke, Kaha will be for any Strilinga. Varun Mahodaya is asking, will Kupi also be Ka? Yes, for Kupi also the question. Suppose the person who is going to come is Meenakshi or Vani, right? Which is Ikaranta Padam. But it is still Strilinga Padam. So the question will automatically be Ka only. As long as we know the answer will be, if it is generic, then you can use a generic question which is Kim. But when you're framing a question and you know the answer will be in a particular lingam, then you use the corresponding lingam and decline it in the corresponding vachanam. So it will be Kaha Kauke, Kake Kaha, Kim Ke Kani. I think that was the overview of the Sarvanama Pada that we did. And then we move to Kriya Padam. Kriya Padam. Kriya means action. So Kriya Padas are words that denote action, which are verbs. So in that, we saw the overview of Prathama Purushaha, which is third person. So it is different from the way we understand it in English. So third person referring to somebody else, right? So in that case, it would be Pathati, Pathataha, Pathanti. Is and are would be Asti, Sthaha, Santi. So in here, if we had to frame sentences, and then we also saw a rule here about writing vakyams. So when we write vakyani, when do you use anuswaraha and when do you use the im? when it is the end of the sentence, or when the next pada starts with a swara, you write im with the slash at the bottom, which is the halanta chinham, right? And otherwise, you use anuswara, the im on the dot on the top. So we saw the vakya rachana niyamaha. What is the rule when you write vakyams? So if we had to frame sentences for these, where you have one namapada and one kriyapada, how can we frame a sentence? So you want to use patati, patataha, patanti, and you want to decline that in all the three vachanas, in all the three genders. How would we decline? Sudha Bhagni has answered. Sri Vidya Bhagni has also answered. Jayanti Swaminathan, Jayanti Bhagni. You can raise your hand. If nobody answers, then I'll unmute one of you too. Jayanti Swaminathan Bhagni.
Yeah. It is in all genders, it will be the same. In ekavachanam ti, dvivachanam taha, and bahuvachanam inti. Patati, patataha, patanti.
No, I want sentences, Bhagni. So if you have
sentence. Okay. Saha patati, sa patati, tat patati. It may not come.
So what I'm asking is, so if I take a akaranta pullinga shabdaha, how will patati, patataha, patanti will decline?
Ramaha patati.
Very good.
Ramau patataha. Ramaha patanti.
So balakaha patati, balakau
patataha, balakaha patanti.
If it is the strilinga pada?
Mala patati, mala male malaha. Mala patati, male patataha, malaha patanti. Nadi means nadi, nadyo, nadyaha. Nadi vahati, nadyo vahataha, nadyaha vahanti.
Nadyaha is wrong. What is the correction?
Nadi, nadyo, nadyaha vahanti.
That is a common mistake that we make. So watch out for it. Nadi, nadyo, nadyaha. So
Nadyaha
vahanti. Uttamam. If it is napumsakalinga padam?
Phalam patati. Phale patataha.
Very good.
Phalani patanti.
Phalani patanti. Very good. And then if we had to use the same asti staha santi, just pick one of these sentences and say the sentence in is and are. So the friend is there, right? So mitram asti.
Mitram asti. Mitro. Sorry. Mitram, mitre, mitrani. Okay. Mitram asti. Mitre staha.
Very good.
Mitrani santi.
Mitrani santi. Very good, Bhagni. Very good. Uttama.
Thank you.
Mitrani santi. So we form sentences using a namapada and a kriyapada. Namapada changes based on lingam and vachanam. Kriyapadam changes based on purushaha and vachanam. Purushaha means person, whether it is first person, second person, or third person. So that is the difference between a namapadam and a kriyapadam. So you can note this down. Namapadam changes based on lingam and vachanam, the gender and the number, singular, dual, and plural. Kriyapadam, verbs change based on the person, first person, second person, third person, and based on vachanam. Of course, when we say lat lakara, when we say tense, we have multiple tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense. So here, there are different tenses that we will be studying. For now, we are going with present tense, which is Rama comes, Sita goes, something which is happening right now. The fruit falls. The river flows. So the verb along with the English letter S at the end. So flows, does, is, are, comes, goes, sits, laughs. So anything that is currently happening, it will be lat lakaraha, which is present tense. Now we'll try abhyasa. Saroja aunty, would you like to try? I can help you. So I have a namapada followed by the dhatu. So dhatu is the root word of the verb. So pathati. Dhatu is
balaha patati.
Balaha patati.
Patati.
Very good. Next one, auntie.
Shishyau namataha.
Very good. Shishyau namataha. Because Sishyau is what vachanam?
Shishyau is bahuvachanam. Sorry, dvivachanam.
Shishyau is dvivachanam. Shishyaha, Shishyau, Shishyaha. So, Shishyau namataha. Very good, auntie. Next one.
Agrajaha. Agrajaha vadanti.
Very good. Agrajaha vadanti. Vadanti. Pathati is read. Namati is?
Reads. 2 persons denotes 2.
Illa, meaning, auntie. Namati is?
Sishyo. Reads.
Namati means praise.
Praise. Okay.
And vadati means?
Speaks.
Says. Correct. Speaks or says. Very good. Uttama, auntie. Keep it up. Very good. Shanta Bhagini, the next 3. Janani, Trish Dhatu.
Next one, which one, ma'am? Bhagini, Janani. Janani, Pashyati.
Very good. Trish Dhatu is the root dhatu, and it is Pashyati. Very good. Janani, Pashyati.
Purushaga, Gachati.
It is Putriyaha.
Bahuvachanam. Putriyaha. Gachanti.
Very good. Putriyaha. So Putri.
Putriyaha.
Very good. Putri.
Putriyaha gachanti.
Gachanti. So Putriyaha gachanti. Very good. Last one. Saha.
Saga nintati.
Nindati. Ekavachanam. Nindati. Very good. Very good. Uttama. Hope others were able to do this. So this is the fundamental of Kriya Padam and Nama Padam. This is like the base building block where you combine a Nama Padam or a Sarvanama Padam with a Kriya Padam. And when you do so, you do based on the corresponding Vachanam and Purushaha. So far, we have done only third person, which is Prathama Purushaha. Like I mentioned, it is the reverse of English. In English, first person refers to I, right? And Prathama means first. In Samskritam, it is the other way around. It is Prathama Purushaha, Madhyama Purushaha, Uttama Purushaha, which we will see in later chapters. What is Madhyama Purushaha and Uttama Purushaha, which is second and first person. But for now, remember, Prathama Purushaha is third person, refers to somebody else, not me or not you, which is the person in front of you. It is somebody else, third person. So here, you combine the Nama Padam or the Sarvanama Padam. Like for example, here you can see Balaha and you can see Saha. If it is Sa also, it is Nindati only. Sa Nindati. If it becomes Taha, then Taha is what Vachanam? Bahuvachanam. So then you have to automatically look at the Path of the Prathama Purushaha and you have to say Taha Nindanti. It will be Bahuvachanam there. So at this point, we are trying to combine a Nama Padam and a Sarvanama Padam along with the Kriya Padam and create a Vakyam, which is sentence. And when we do so, what we need to remember is to take and combine the corresponding vachanam. Singular with singular, dual with dual, and plural with bahuvachanam. That is what we need to remember. Now, the next exercise is bahuvachane parivartayata. Parivartayata means change. Bahuvachanam is change into plural. Who would like to try? Somebody who's not unmuted today? Meena Bhagini.
Namaskaram, Bhagini.
Namaskar. So the first one.
Iyam ichhati. Iyam is striling. So bahuvachan will be imaha.
Imaha.
Imaha ichhanti.
Very good. Imaha ichhanti. Very good. And here you can see the rule that we learnt about Vakyam. Iyam, the next pada starts with swara. So you can see the im with the line at the bottom, the halantam at the bottom. So iyam ichhati, imaha ichhanti. Uttamam, Meena Bhagini. Next one.
Tat patati. Tani patanti.
Tani patanti. Very good. Next one.
Anujaha kridati. Anujaha kridanti.
Very good. Anujaha kridanti. Uttamam. Very good, Bhagini. Very good. Uttamam. Samichinam. Next set. Komala Bhagini.
Grihini.
One second. Grihini asti.
Grihini asti. Grihinyah sandhi.
Santi. Very good. Grihinyah santi. Very good. Next one, Bhakti.
Aja charati. Ajaha. Ajaha charanti.
Charanti. Very good. The last one.
Eshaha gacchati. Eshaha.
Pull up your
1 second.
Sarvanama Padati.
Ede.
Ete. Very good. Ete.
Gacchandi.
Ete gachanti. Very good. Uttamam Bhagini. Very good. Samichinam. So here when we change into Bahuvachanam, we change the Nama Padam into the corresponding Bahuvachanam or the Sarvanama Padam, and we do the same for the Kriya Padam also. Just give me a second here. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions in whatever we have covered until now? We did some basic introduction and we did the Vyakaranam that has been given in the Prathama Pataha. So Can somebody volunteer to tell me the meaning of these vakyas? Chandra Bhagini vadatu. Akhila Bhagini, Chandra Bhagini Kritavati kalu. Akhila Bhagini vadatu.
Yeah. She goes. She gives.
No, yachati is gives. Ichati is?
She takes.
Ichati is likes or desires. Tamil also we say ichai, no? So that ichai comes from this ichati, ish dhatu. Tat patati.
Tat patati. It falls.
Correct. It falls. Very good. Anujaha kridati.
Brother plays.
Brother plays. Very good. Younger brother. Anujaha is younger. Agrajaha is elder. Grihini asti.
Housewife.
Is there. Correct. Is there. Correct. A homemaker is there. Very good. Aja charati.
Female goat.
Very good. Female goat
runs.
Charati means graces. Chalati is walk. Charati is graces. Yeshaha gacchati.
He goes.
He goes. Very good. Uttamam Bhagini. Very good. So, when we look at some example sentences, also try understanding the meaning and build your vocabulary with respect to. And for each of these verbs, try having a few corresponding namapadas. Like for example, if it is nadi, most likely we can only say vahati, river flows, or the river is there. That's it. There are not many verbs you can associate with a river. And when it comes to kridati, then you cannot say vahanam kridati, right? A vehicle does not play. Typically, when it is kridati, it will be bunch of children. So for each of these verbs, when it is grazing, you cannot say purushaha charati, the man graces. It can only be some animal which is grazing. So for each of these verbs, try having a few namapadas in mind. So when you're constructing sentences, as we go forward with vibhakti, which is when we introduce how these verbs and nouns are connected with prepositions or the placement, at that time, the standard noun-verb combination will help you construct sentences on your own. So when it is kridati, most likely it will be children. If somebody is giving upadesham, most likely it will be guru or it will be acharya. When it is grazing, it will be some animal, right? Ajaha, aja, pashuhu, harinaha. So it has to be some animal. There are certain verbs which you can use for anything, like a fruit can fall, a baby can fall, a lady can fall, a man can fall. So patati can mean anything, right? So it can be used for a napumsakalinga padam also. So but then just for practice, when you read and try, when you're trying to build the vocabulary for these kriya padani, try to associate that with some corresponding namapada. That will really help. Okay, I assume no more questions. We can go into the non-vyakaranam part that is given in the textbook. We're starting. Sri Vidya Bhagini is starting. Vidya.
Okay. Suktihi. Suktihi means a beautiful verse. So the sukti in the first lesson is आरब्धम् उत्तमजनाः न परित्यजन्ति. आरब्धम् उत्तमजनाः न परित्यजन्ति. Arabdham is a napumsakalinga shabdah. It means to begin. Uttama janaha is a pullinga shabdah, bahuvachana shabdah. Uttama janaha. Na is a abhyaya padam, and parityajanti is a kriya padam. Parityaja. Pari plus tyaja is a dhatu rupa of this padam. Parityaja, which means to give up or to abandon.
Very good.
So the meaning of this vakyam is good people do not give up what they have started.
Very good. Good people do not give up what they have begun, the task that has just begun. So Uttama Bhagini, very good, very beautiful explanation of the Vyakaranam part. So Arabdham, that which has been started. Uttama janaha, uttama purushaha. I'm trying to give an equivalent word without, in the same declension. Sadhu janaha, uttama janaha. Okay, we can leave it at uttama janaha. Na parityajanti, they do not give up. Good people do not give up what they have begun. Very good. So here, uttama janaha, who, the people, the noun here, the nama padam here is, like Bhagini mentioned, it is uttama janaha, which is in bahuvachanam. So correspondingly, the kriya padam, which is parityajanti, giving up, also takes the bahuvachanam. Pari is the upasarga here, which is the prefix, tyaj dhatu, tyajanti. So uttama janaha arabdam na parityajanti. Very nice. Very good. Very beautifully explained.
Thank you.
Prabha Bhagini has a question. Hold on, Vidya Bhagini.
Yeah.
Namaskara Bhagini. I have a question. I think Vidya Bhagini was saying Uttama Janaha is Pullingaha. It is a Akaranta Shabdaha. Wouldn't that be Strilingaha?
No, it is Uttama Janaha, Uttama Janaha, Uttama Janau, Uttama Janaha.
So it's based on the root word
of the Pullingaha.
Oh, it is based on the root word that you have to identify it.
Yes.
Okay.
The root word is akarantaha, pullingaha, jana shabdaha. So along with jana, when you prefix it, then it becomes uttama. So uttama plus jana becomes uttama jana. That becomes the pratipadikam. So uttama janaha will be bahuvachanam of pullinga pad. Very good. Good.
Dhanyavadaha Bhagini.
Very good. Dhanyavadaha Shri Vidya Bhagini. So in the exam, they would generally give the suktihi and then ask you to write the meaning in English. So you can try learning the meanings of these suktis in English. If you have opted for another language, Tamil or Kannada, you can write it in Kannada, whatever you have opted for. So they'll give the sukti. Sometimes it could come in match the following. Uttama janaha na parityajanti. It might come in a match the following. But in general, learn to read the sukti and then understand the meaning. And when you are looking at the sukti, at least try to identify the nama pada, the noun, the main doer there, and what is the kriya pada, what is the verb in that particular sukti. Okay, then we have bandhuvachaka shabdaha. Ranjani aunty. Where are you? Okay.
Bani?
Namaskaram, auntie.
Namaskaram. Can I say?
Go ahead.
Okay. Janakaha is father. And for mother it is Mata or Janani. Pitamaha is paternal grandfather. And Pitamaha. Sorry. Pitamaha is paternal grandfather. And paternal grandmother is Pitamahi. Maternal grandfather Matamaha. Or maternal grandmother is Matamahi. And son is Putraha. Putri is daughter. Sahodaraha brother. Sahodari sister. Agrajaha is elder brother. Anujaha is younger brother. Agraja is elder sister. And Anuja is younger sister.
Anuja is younger
sister.
Very good.
And then Matulaha. Matulaha is.
Take the phone ringer, auntie.
No. I'll take afterwards.
Okay, because it's your voice is fading in and out because of the noise.
Okay.
You want to put the ringer?
No. I have kept in silent mode.
Okay. Go ahead, auntie.
And Matulaha is maternal uncle. Matulani is maternal aunt. And for husband we say Patihi. And Bharya is wife. Swashuraha, father-in-law. Swashruhu, mother-in-law.
Very good. Excellent pronunciation. So it is Swashuraha, Swashruhu,
mother-in-law. And Pautraha, grandson. Pautri is granddaughter. Damata, son-in-law. Snusha, daughter-in-law. Snehitaha or friend. Mitram is also friend. Mitram is Napusakalingam.
Napusakalingam. Correct.
Saki, female friend. And Matrujaya is sister-in-law.
Bhratrujaya.
Bhatrujaya is sister-in-law.
Your brother's wife.
And one more this thing, Mani. His books are different for everyone.
Oh, really? What is different?
No. Actually, the last this Suktam, no. It is not there in our book in the first lesson. That's what I'm asking.
Sukti is not there. It is in the first page, auntie.
First page. Okay.
First page, that's where it starts.
Okay. Yes, Swami. Okay. I was just seeing at the back side. Okay.
That's where it starts. Every lesson starts with the Sukti, which is like good sayings. Very good. Uttama. So these are all relationships. Of course, the relationships that they have given in every chapter, they have picked up one topic, right? Like list of, now this in chapter 1, they have given Bandhu Vachaka Shabdaha. So Bandhu means relative.
Relative.
Anybody related to us. Of course, this is very restricted. There can be more, but they have picked up a set. Similarly, you have a chapter with flowers, you have a chapter with vegetables, animals, birds. So each chapter would have a different set of Shabdaha. So they might give the word in English and ask you to write the Sanskritam word, or they might give the word in Sanskritam and they might ask you to write the meaning, or it might be in match the following also. So in general, you'll have to know. So for this one, the homework which I will give today is take examples from our itihasas, right? Ramayana and Mahabharata. For example, Krishnasya Matulaha, Krishna's maternal uncle, we know is Kamsaha. Patihi, Sita's Patihi is Rama. Rama's Bharya is
Sita.
So try framing relationships that you can remember. The root for son-in-law, it is actually Jamatra Shabdaha. It is a Pullinga Shabdaha. Similar to Pita. Prabhavagni is asking, Pita is Akaranta, right? But it is not a Strilinga Shabdaha. It is a Rikaranta Shabdaha. So, Rikarantaha Pitru Shabdaha. And for that, the declension goes Pita Pitaro Pitaraha. So, even though it ends in Akaram, it is not a Strilinga pada. It is a Pullinga pada. Same with Mata. Mata is also not Akaranta Strilinga Shabdaha. It is Rikaranta Strilingaha Matru Shabdaha. You will learn this as we move forward. You will know based on the padas that we are like Karta is also similar. It is Kartru Shabdaha. Karta is not Akaranta Strilingaha. As we move forward, we will know that this doesn't fall under the Strilinga category. Though by looking at it, it looks like Pita clearly is the Pullinga pada, but it is ending in Akaram, right? Akaranta. It is not a Strilinga pada. I think there might be a note given in the book as well. I'm not sure if it is mentioned. Same with Jamata, Jamatr Shabdaha. How to find the root word. So at this point, you don't have to find the root word. At this point, for this topic or from the book, you just know the Samskritam word and the corresponding meanings, right? If it is Matulaha, it is maternal uncle. If it is Snusha, it is daughter-in-law. Now, as we move forward, when you come across Shabdas at this level, in fact, Pita and Mata declensions, they generally don't ask. I have to go back to see if they have changed. I know it is tested in level 2 in Parichaya. So as of now, mainly Akaranta Pullingaha, maybe Ikaranta, Ukaranta Pullingaha, there might be questions. I don't know. I have to go back and see how much they have updated. The level of exams have become little more difficult. So Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta Pullingaha, and Strilingaha is Akaranta, Ikaranta. Napumsakalinga again is only Akaranta, Napumsakalinga Padam. Like mainly these Shabdas along with the Sarvanama and the Prashnavachaka Shabdaha. So the question that Prabhabagni asked, can you pronounce mother-in-law once, please? Mother-in-law. Swashruhu. Shwa ishruhu. Swashruhu.
Swashruhu. Swashruhu. Swashuraha. Swashuraha.
Swashuraha. Swashruhu.
Swashruhu.
Shvaha. Ashvaha. Correct.
Ashvaha.
Why you use yo? Okay. Before we move forward, any questions in Bandhuvachaka Shabdaha? Thank you, Auntie. Nicely summarized. So try framing. Do a homework where you can think of who is the daughter-in-law. So you can just say Kunti's Snusha is Draupadi, right? You can say Krishna's Mitram is Kuchelaha. So you can frame these examples just to have some clarity in thinking. Dhanyavadaha, Auntie. Okay. Shamla Bagni, what is the question? I don't quite get your question. I'm not able to unmute you. Shamla Bagni is asking, Taruni, long E is feminine. Correct. In the Dvivachanam, we have to use long A sound. No. Taruni, Tarunyau, Tarunyaha. Why you have to use the long A sound? Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. Kupi, Kupyau, Kupyaha. So Taruni, Tarunyau, Tarunyaha. Taruni is young person. Tarunaha, Tarunau, Tarunaha. That will be the masculine. Pullinga Shabda. Okay. Okay, next we have Prahelika. Who is doing Prahelika? Meena Bhagini. Prahelika are riddles.
Namaskaram. Prahelika means riddles. I'll first narrate the riddle in Sanskrit and then try to give the explanation. Asti nasti, shiro nasti, bahurasti, nirangulihi.
Very good.
Nasti padadvayam, gadam, angamalingati swayam. So, asti nasti means it does not have bones. Shiro nasti means it does not have head. And bahu rasti means it has arms. Nirangulihi means it does not have fingers. Nasti padadvayam, it means it does not have any legs. And gadam angamalingati swayam, it means that it hugs you tight. So this is something you have to guess it. Like if anybody volunteers,
they would have the book. But anyway, so
yeah, okay.
It doesn't have the bone. It doesn't have a head. It has arm, no legs, but it has no fingers. And it hugs you tight. What is it?
So the answer would be yutakam. That is a shirt.
That is a shirt. Very good. So asti is bone. Na asti. Asti is not there. It does not have a bone. Shiro na asti. Bahu, like Bhagini mentioned, bahu is arm. It has arm. Nirangulihi, nir plus angulihi, which is it has no fingers. Na asti padadvayam. So it does not, dvayam means two. Pada is feet. So it does not have two legs. Gadham angamalingati. It hugs you tight. Swayam by itself. What is it? It is a shirt, which is yutakam. Very nice. I liked your modulation a lot, Bhagini. Can you read it one more time?
The Sanskrit version? Asti nasti, shiro nasti, bahurasti, nirangulihi, nasti padadvayam, gadam, angamalingati swayam.
Very good. And the answer is yutakam. So they might ask, give this Prahelika and ask you to write the answer for it, or they might just give a couple. Bahurasti nirangulihi. Etat kim, some extract from the Prahelika, and then they might ask you what the answer is. So read the Prahelika, understand what the padas there mean, and then know the answer. That's all it takes. Uttamam Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha. We have the two shlokas next. Ram Mahodaya.
Okay, the first shloka, I will just recite the shloka. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Param Brahma.
Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Very good.
The meaning
That's
of
so soothing to hear.
Yes, the meaning of Guru Brahma is Guru is Brahma. Meaning of Guru Vishnu, Guru is Vishnu. Meaning of Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru is the great Lord Shiva. Meaning of Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Guru is the absolute Lord himself.
Correct.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us bow down to this great teacher.
Very good. Very good. One more time, Mahodaya. Explanation in English.
Yes. Guru Brahma. Guru is Brahma. Guru Vishnuhu. Guru is Vishnu. Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru is the great Lord Shiva. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Guru is the absolute Lord himself. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us bow down to this great teacher.
Very good. Param Brahma is the Brahman himself. Uttamam. Very good. So here they might give the shloka and ask you to write the meaning in the language you have opted. So English or Tamil, or translate the shloka into the corresponding, write the meaning. So here you don't, at this level, you don't have to do the Padacheda, which is Guruhu Brahma, Guruhu Vishnuhu, Guruhu Devaha Maheshwaraha, Guruhu Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So you don't have to do the Sandhi Vicheda here. You just need to know how to, high level, what is the meaning, right, of the shloka. And just for our understanding, you can, this one is very easy because we know the shloka quite well and it is very straightforward. But the upcoming chapters, if there is a new shloka that we don't know, if there are new words that have been introduced, just try to understand the overall meaning and maybe pick up the words and their meaning as well.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada. So here there is a Visarga pronunciation which we will do. I have tabled that. How do you pronounce Visarga between padas? So we learned the Upadmaniyaha and Jihvamoliyaha. What typically for the other Visargas, you just add the Vyanjana in between. So Guruhu Sakshat becomes Guru Sakshat. The next pada starts with Sakaraha. So you add is there, which is very similar to Tamil, right? Kaiyai plus Pidittan becomes Kaiyai Pidittan. If it is per, we add a ip there, right? Similarly, here, other than the Upadmaniyaha and Jihvamoliyaha, which is the ka, kha, pa, pha, where there is a ich and a pa pronunciation. For the other Visargas, you take the Vyanjanam and you add in between. So you can say Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnuhu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guruhu Sakshat Param Brahma. That is also correct. But then to fall in that specific chandas, we say the Visarga together there. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So I have tabled when in a class where the Vyakaranam part or something else is little less strenuous, I will add a few slides for the Visarga pronunciation and we will do it in class. I have noted that down so that we will practice. The next shloka is by Dakshayani Bhagini.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaskara.
Ajnanatimirandhasya Nananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
One more time.
Ajnanatimirandhasya.
Pronunciation is Ajnana.
Ajnana.
Correct.
Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya.
There is a dirga at the end. Jnananjanashalakaya.
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Very good.
It's Agnanam.
Bhagini, can you say Jnanam?
Jnanam.
Jnanam, not Jnanam. It is just Jnanam.
Jnanam.
So Ajnanam. Jnanam means knowledge. Ajnanam means ignorance. Jnanam, Ajnanam.
Ajnanam.
Is
ignorance. And Timir is darkness. Andha is blinded. One who is blinded by ignorance, darkness of ignorance. Gnana is knowledge. Anjana is ointment. Shalaka is an instrument used to apply this ointment. And Chakshurunmilitam. Chakshuhu is eye.
Very good.
Unmilitam is opened. So Yena, by whom it is opened, Tasmai, to that Guru, to that person, Shri Gurave Namaha, to that Guru, I do my salutation to that Guru.
Very good. Very good.
And the full meaning would be the Guru clears the darkness of this world of ignorance through the ointment of knowledge. I bow down to that Guru who opened the eyes.
Very good. Very good. I love how you did the individual, the small padas in the big words, right? Love how you have explored that. You need to have learned. Just do the padam and the explanation one more time, Bhagini.
Ajnanam, ignorance. Timir, darkness. Timira, darkness. Andha, blind. Gnana, knowledge. Anjana, ointment. Salaka, medicinal tool used to apply the ointment. Chakshu is eye. Unmilitam, opened. Yena, by whom. Tasmai, onto that person or onto her. Shri, the holy or respected person. Guru, the dispeller of darkness. Gu means darkness. Ru is remover. Namaha is salutation.
Very good. Very good. So that Guru, we are blinded. So Andha, we are blinded because we don't have that knowledge. We are ignorant. And what does Guru do? He applies that. In Tamil, we call it Anjanam, which is Mai, right? He applies that Mai, he opens and applies it. So that denotes the knowledge here. So to that Guru who has opened our eyes, Chakshuhu Unmilitam, who has opened our eyes and who has applied that ointment or Mai of knowledge, I offer my salutations. Very good. Uttamam, Bhagini. Very good.
Thank you.
One second. Okay, next we will do the Vangmaya Parichaya. Ganga Bhagini. So Vangmayam is Samskritam literature. In each chapter, there is summary about the main literature that is related to Sanskritam. For example, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, Kavyas. So you might be asked to write a short summary by giving, they would give you a topic and they'll ask you to write a short summary. For example, write a few lines about Ramayanam, write a few lines about Vedas and the classification of Vedas. So you'll have to read and understand. It's very interesting. So when I did Pravesha, I think I did a lot of it from exam point of view. Now with time, as I am getting more and more exposed to the texts and scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, I'm actually enjoying more trying to read. So if we approach it in a different way, where we want to learn about the scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, the Pravesha book has very beautifully summarized the Itihasas, the Puranas, and the Vedas, Upanishads for us. So you can use this as a starting point for your exposure to Sanatana Dharma scriptures. Ganga Bhagini?
Yeah, Hari Om.
Namaskara.
Namaskara. So as explained by Vani Bhagini, so Vangmaya Parichaya, the meaning is the literature. Vangmaya means literature and Parichaya means introduction. So basically there's a very brief introduction to the literature of Sanskritam. And as we were introduced in our very first class, the father of Sanskritam is Panini Maharishi. So it basically Panini, okay. Panini Maharishi. So basically the literature part of Sanskritam is broadly categorized as Vedic Sanskritam and the modern present Sanskritam. And the Vedic Sanskritam, basically, historically, it goes beyond 1500 to 600 BCE. Okay, and Vedas are broadly categorized as Rig Vedam, which is the ancient most Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. Can we press the next button? Yeah. Another way of categorizing this is as Karma Kandam and Jnana Kandam. So as the name suggests, Karma is more of a ritualistic approach, the ritualistic teachings of the Vedas, and Jnana Kandam is the spiritual way of spiritual teachings in the Vedas. Okay, the next. Yeah. Vedas are further categorized in 4 parts as Samhita, which are the hymns, Brahmana, which are the rituals, Aranyaka, which are the forest commentaries, and Upanishads, which are the spiritual teachings. Next.
We have 4 Vedas.
Yeah.
We are all familiar with the 4 Vedas, and these Vedas are further classified into Karma and Jnana. Karma is the Purva Bhaga and the Jnana is the Antima Bhaga, which is called Vedanta or Upanishads. And further, these are classified into Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishads. I think Upanishads is something that we'll all be familiar with. Then further, so each of these Vedas have specific description and details. Go ahead, Bhagini.
Yeah, the next. So Rig Veda in itself is actually one of the oldest literary treatises in the world. And it's divided into 8 ashtakas, or that is 8 group of chapters. There are 10 mandalas. Okay, and Rig Veda mainly consists of prayers. Okay, didactics are more like moral values or moral instructions. Like example, they say Akshayi Ma Divya, which means do not play dice. Krishim it Krishasva, till the land. Okay, so these are moral instructions which every good human being should be practicing in their day-to-day lives. So these are all a part of Rig Veda. Then we come to Yajur Veda, which has basically 2 branches. One is Shukla Yajur Veda and Krishna Yajur Veda. Like how we know Shukla Paksham and Krishna Paksham, Shukla is used for white, and that's something that is known. So that part of the Yajur Veda is the Shukla Yajur Veda. Krishna Yajur Veda is like what we basically refer to before Amavasya. That is the dark Yajur Veda, which are basically some parts of Yajur Veda which are unclear. Then you have it has some mantras that are used in sacrificial rites. Then you have teachings, and basically some of the teachings are words like Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara, which means speak the truth and perform the religious duties. After Yajurveda, you have Samaveda, which is
I didn't know the naming convention behind the Shukla and Krishna. I'll have to go read about it a little bit more.
I did a bit of reading, and so that's how I found
I
it.
didn't know the Krishna part is unclear. I'll have to go and find out why it is said to be unclear. Good. They always learn, no? Every time.
Yes.
So far, I have just known, okay, it is Shukla and Krishna. I have not gone into why the naming, the nomenclature is defined this way. Good to know. I'll go and read about it.
Yeah. Samaveda is distinctly known for its musical, the way the Samaveda is chanted with musical and songs associated with it. And then finally you have the Atharva Veda. Next. So within Vangmaya Parichaya, you have some Vedic mantras, which are basically a part of the Rig Veda. Okay, so some of the mantras that are listed here. First one being Satyam Dharmas Chaitani Ma Maha Sishu. The word Ma is basically used to say do not. Okay, so basically what this Veda, with this particular mantra says is, may not truth and dharma leave me. So Satyam is truth, dharma. Chaitani is the word used to join both of them together. Ma is not, Maha Sishu. That is, they should not leave me. Another such mantra is Ma Gridaha Kasya Svit Dhanam. Ma again used for do not. So do not aspire for another's wealth. Swadhanam. So the dhanam which does not belong to you, do not aspire for it. The last mantra here is Sham no bhavatu dvipade sham chatush pade. So welfare to us, the human beings, and to all the animals. So may there be welfare to everyone.
Next. We hear the last one very often, no? The end of Rudram also.
Yes.
The last part, which is Vedangas.
Yeah. So Vedangas, basically, this is the auxiliary science that aids in understanding the correct purposes of the Vedas. And they are basically categorized into 6 parts. First is Shiksha, which is phonetics, which basically there are 9 Shikshas. Then Vyakarana, which is the grammar. So there are 8 treatises in Vyakarana. And then is Chanda, which is prose. Niruktam.
Chanda is prose?
Prosody.
Prosody, right? Which is the meter.
Okay.
One second.
Niruktamam.
Right? Is my spelling right?
Yeah, prosody.
Which is the meters that we have. We call different chandas, right?
Yeah. Yes. And then Niruktamam, which is etymology. Niruktam. Yeah. And Jyotisham, which is astronomy. And is it astronomy or astrology?
Astrology, I think.
Okay, the book says astronomy, so I just typed it as.
I think within astronomy, Jyotisham is a part, I think. So in general, it is called Jyotisham, astronomy, and astrology is a part of it.
Okay. And then Kalpa, which is sacrificial law.
The Yaga Yajnas part of it. So you have about the phonetics, how things are pronounced. You have the Vyakaranam, rules behind the Bhasha itself, and then the meters, different kind of meters. Niruktam, the origin, right? That is also defined in Niruktam. Astronomy and astrology are part of Jyotisham, and then the Yaga Yajnas, they are part of which is Kalpaha. They are the Vedangas. Is that all? I think that's all. Right? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Quick summary, Ganga Bhagni. So we have 4 Vedas.
Yeah, so we have the 4 Vedas, the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Sama Veda, and the Atharvana Veda. And further, the Vedas are also further categorized as Karma Kandam and Jnana Kandam. the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and Sama Veda and Atharva Veda are within them. They have Samhita, the hymns, the Brahmana, the rituals, the Aranyaka, forest commentaries, and Upanishads, which are the spiritual teachings. Rig Veda is the oldest, which has 8 ashtakas, 10 mandalas. It also includes prayers, didactics, and instructions. Yajur Veda is basically categorized as Shukla Yajur Veda and Krishna Yajur Veda. This comprises of mantras, sacrificial rites, teachings like Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara. Sama Veda is basically, it abounds in songs and music. And finally, we have the Atharva Veda. Then basically some Vedic mantras like Satyam Dharmas Chaitani Ma Maha Sishu. May not truth and dharma leave me. Ma gridha kasya swa dhanam. Do not aspire for another's wealth. Sham no bhavatu dvipade sham chatushpade. Welfare to us, the human beings, and to all the animals. Further, we have the 6 Vedangas, that is the auxiliary science that aids in understanding Vedas, which are basically Shiksha, that is the phonetic part, Vyakarana, which is the grammar part, Chanda, which is prosody, Niruktamam, etymology or the origin, Jyotisham, astronomy, Kalpaha, the sacrificial.
Correct. Very good. Uttamam Bhagini, very good.
Thank you.
So I also want to thank Ganga Bhagini for putting the slides together for this content. Not just the Vangmaya Parichaya, she has done these slides for everything starting from Sukti and all the topics that we are covering today. So thank you very much for that help, Bhagini. Okay. How beautifully she's done all the charts, and it's very clear when you look at the presentation. Thank you for that. Okay, Daya Bhagini will go into the story. So every chapter has a katha, a story. In the so we read the story, we try to identify based on whatever we know till now, right? So as we move forward with every chapter, there will be a Vyakaranam portion that we will learn. So in the first chapter, you will not know the details of all the words that are listed. By the time we go to the 10th chapter, it will be very evident as to when you read the katha, you will know Kashi Nagare is Saptami Vibhakti, Ekaha is a Sankhya, Panditaha is Namapadam, Akaranta Pullingaha, Vasati is Kriyapadam, Latlakaraha, Prathama Purushaha, Ekavachanam. So at this point, you might not know everything. So read the story, and I think they've also given the translation. Try to identify based on whatever Vyakaranam we know till now, right? That's it. Don't try to go and research into the dictionary and try to find the root word and the Vyakaranam for all the words that are there in the Katha. It will be extremely overwhelming. If you look at Vasati, Agachati, Asti, Prichati, right? You can identify these are verbs. Now, register that these are Lat Lakara, Prathama Purushaha, Ekavachanam. And then, for example, if you look at Aham Agataha, you can remember the rule. Oh, the swara the pada following starts with a swara. So they have used im here. So whatever we have learned till now, try to understand based on only the Vyakaranam that you're familiar with. Don't go beyond that. As we move forward, as we build the Samskritam building, you will be able, when you come back and read these katha, after we have completed, right, all the 10 chapters, the puzzle will fall into its place. So that will be my kind request. And even at that point, like for example, this agataha, you will not be able to understand. It will probably be in next level, but it is okay. Agataha means some agata is happening, some coming is happening. understand at that level. That's it. Daya Bhagini. So the way they will ask questions in the exam, it will be like a typical prose that we do when we learn a language, right? A chapter is given to us, we learn the chapter, we understand the story, and questions are asked from the chapter. So I think at this level, they ask you to write the answers in any non-Samskritam. My request to everybody would be, try and, or maybe I'm wrong, I think you have to write the answers in Samskritam only. So there are some questions given after the katha in each chapter, but in general, know the story and try to understand and try writing the answers in Sanskritam. I think this comes in section 2, which is answer in Sanskritam only. So you have to write the answer in Sanskritam. Yes, Daya Bhagini, all yours.
Thank you. Buddhiman Sishyah. This is the title of the story. Buddhiman, intelligent, Sishyah is the student. Now, Kashi Nagare Ekaha Panditaha Vasati. In the city of Kashi, there is a Pandit, a scholar lives in the city of Kashi. Pandita Samipam Ekaha Shishyaha Agachati. To this Pandit, one student comes. A student comes to this Pandit. Pandita Samipam. Samipam is near. Ekaha Shishyaha Agachati. Agachati comes. Shishyaha Vadati Acharya Vidyabhyasartam Aham Agataha. The student says, Vadati says, Acharya, teacher, Vidyabhyasartham Aham Agataha. I have come to study. I have come for the purpose of Vidyabhyasam. Vidyabhyasam, Abhyasam, exercise or practice. So for the purpose of learning, I have come to you. Panditaha Sishya Buddhi Parikshartam Prichati. This Pandit, Sishya Buddhi Parikshartam, to test the knowledge of the student, Prichati asks, Vatsa, Devaha Kutra Asti? Dear boy, where is God? The teacher asked the student for the purpose of testing his intelligence. Dear boy, tell me, where is God? Now, Sishyaha Vadati, Guru Devaha Kutra Nasti Kripaya Bhavaneva Samadhanam Vadatu. The Sishya, the student says, Guru, teacher, Devaha Kutra Nasti, where does God not exist? Kripaya, please, Bhavaneva Samadhanam Vadatu. You yourself, please explain. Santushtaha Guruhu Vadati. Devaha Sarvatra Asti. Santushtaha Guruhu Vadati. Santushtaha, pleased. This Guru, the teacher, Vadati says, Devaha Sarvatra Asti. Devaha, God, Sarvatra, everywhere. Asti is there. God is everywhere. Devaha Sarvavyapi. God is all pervasive. He exists everywhere. Tvam Buddhiman. You are intelligent. You are wise. Ataha, so, Vidyabhyasartham Atraiva Vasa. Vidyabhyasartham, for the purpose of studying, Atraiva, here itself, stay. You are wise, you stay. So, you stay here for studying. Stay here itself for studying. This is what the Guru.
Very good. Now, based on the Vyakaranam that we know, we can identify a few verbs, right?
The words, the verbs, action words are Vasati, Agachati, Vadati. Vadati speaks. Agachati comes. Vasati lives. Prichati asks. Asti is there. Nasti is also this one, but Nasti. And Agataha is also a verb, but it's in a different, this one.
It is in a different form. So, Vasa is also a verb, but is in a different lakara. So, we know Vasati, Agachati, Vadati, Prichati, Asti, These are all the verbs. And the padas that, nama padas that we know, panditaha.
Sishyaha, panditaha, acharya, sishyaha, devaha. These are all nama padams. And sarvanama padam is also there. Aham is a sarvanama padam, no?
You can say it comes under asmat, yushmat.
Okay. And I mean, I don't see much more sarvanama.
Very good. Uttama Bhagini. I think there are a few questions, right? Okay,
Yeah.
before we move forward, any questions till now? So the way we approach the katha, read the katha, identify what you can understand by yourself without looking at the translation based on how much ever Vyakaranam we have learned so far. Like when you go to chapter 2, there will be little more Vyakaranam that we will learn. So based on whatever we know until then, you can try and decipher the meaning by yourself. Mark the verbs, mark the namapadas that we know. When you look at a namapada, panditaha, so akarantaha, pullingaha, pandita shabdaha. Guruhu. Guruhu, we have not done ukarantaha, but guruhu is also pullinga shabdaha. So whatever we have done so far, based on that, you can try and understand, break down the Vyakaranam and you can understand.
And the questions following this, I mean, given at the end of the story, Panditaha Putravasati. Panditaha, anybody would like to try the answer? Should I ask or can I go ahead?
You can go ahead, Bhagini. They have the book in hand, so it's okay.
Panditaha Kashi Nagare Vasati, in the city of Kashi. Panditaha Kimartam Prashna Prichati. Kimartam, why? Why does, for what purpose? Panditaha, for what purpose is he asking the question? Panditaha Sishya Buddhi Parikshartam Prashna Prichati. Panditaha Sishya, to test the knowledge and intelligence of this boy. Sishya Buddhi Parikshartam Prashna Prichati.
Prashnam
Prichati. He asked the question. Then Santushtaha Guruhu Ante Kim Vadati. The pleased Guru, what does he say at the end? Santushtaha Guruhu Santushtaha Guruhu Vadati. Devaha Sarvatra Asti. I'm sorry, I'm finding it difficult to read from the slide a little bit, so I'm just going from the book.
No worries.
Santushtaha Guruhu Vadati. Devaha Sarvatra Asti. Devaha Sarvavyapi. Tvam Buddhiman. Ataha Vidyabhyasartham Atraiva Vasa.
Very good. So from at this level, it is like a leading comprehension that we do when we are in primary, right? You look for the key words and then you try and answer. But because this text is known to us, we can try and understand and answer based on our translation that is given to us. Uttama Bhagini, very beautifully explained. I love your calm and composed explanation. Very nice. Dhanyavadaha. Okay, we have the Vyavahara Shabdaha, which is the common words that are used.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
First, I would like to thank Srividya Bhagini. She shared the content with me. I did not have the book. I disturbed her yesterday and got the thing. Thank you so much. And thank you, Vani Shri Vadini, for giving me an opportunity. This motivated to listen to the class more attentively.
Very good. Happy to hear.
Thank you. Many of the words we are using in our class, we'll just recollect. So, Hari Om, means hello.
Harihi.
You
have to say the
sorry. Harihi Om is hello. Namaste or Namaskaraha is greetings, which is Namaste. And based on the which part of the day we are there, morning, it's Suprabhatam, good morning. Shubha Madhyahnaha is good afternoon. Shubha Sandhya, good evening. Shubha Ratrihi, good night.
Good afternoon would be?
Shubha Madhyahnaha.
You have to say the?
Shubha Madhyanha.
You have to say the Nakaraha first.
Okay. Shubha Madhyanha. Thank you. So next, Dhanyavadaha for thanks. Swagatam, welcome. And to address ladies, Manye or Arye. To address gentlemen, Shriman. And to say okay, it is Astu. And to ask for a request, Kripaya.
Very good.
And telling that do not worry, Chinta Mastu.
Chinta
Mastu.
Chinta Very good.
Mastu.
Very good.
And then to ask for excuse,
or pardon me.
Pardon. Kshamyatam. To let people know that we'll see again. Punaha milamaha. And very good, which Vanishi ma'am tells often. Sadhu, sadhu. And then uttamam is something which is often used. Uttamam is good. And then very fine is bahu samichinam. Bahu samichinam. And then best wishes, shubhashayaha. And congratulations is abhinandanani.
Very good. That Nandanam is happy. No? When somebody does something good and we want to wish them, we feel happy. So abhinandanani. You are happy, I am also happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha. Very good. So slowly we will start using these words in the class as well. And when you unmute and ask, you can say namaste, namaskaraha, or suprabhatam. Most of our classes are in the morning, so you can say that. Slowly we can start using these in class. So how would they ask? I think this part is probably not there for the exam. I think this is just for us to start using Samskrita more and more. I think it's only in the first chapter. The key is when you're wishing somebody, right? When going forward, when I say Ganga Bhagini has done the slides and you want to say excellent, very good, and you want to wish her, you can say Abhinandanani Ganga Bhagini, right? Or you can say Bahu Samichinam, very well presented Kritika Bhagini, Bahu Samichinam, right? And at the end of the class, when I say, okay, Punaha Milamaha, Punar Milamaha. And as we learn the days, we can say, Guru Vasare Punaha Milamaha. We will meet again on Thursday. If you make a mistake, suppose I'm correcting you and you want to say, oh, sorry. Instead of sorry, you can say Shamyatam. So as we move forward, we can start using these words. Language is not just about reading from paper and writing on paper. It is also about conversing, right? That is the main key. Communication is spoken. So we have to improve that as well. In fact, there are few teachers from Samskrita Bharati, even at this level, they do only in Sanskritam. And it is left up to you to figure out what they are talking. That is because they want to encourage spoken Sanskritam as well. But I am taking it a bit slow. From level 2, the teaching is done in Sanskritam. I don't know if I will be teaching level 2, but then at least in our classes from level 2, it was done in Sanskritam only. The teaching was done in Sanskritam. So we can slowly start using these simple words when we move forward. Okay, and the last part, when it is the difference between good and excellent. You can say atyuttamam, bahuttamam, bahusamichinam. Samichinam and uttamam mean the same. Good. Sadhu, sadhu. When you say a word twice, you're reiterating the significance. In Tamil also we have no nandru nandru. We have adukuthodar in Tamil. So when you say nandru nandru, you're reiterating that it is very fine. So it's similar in Sanskrit as well. Okay, the last one, which is Subhashitam, Shanta Bhagini. Great job by everybody today. So far, it's been excellent. It doesn't feel like the first time everybody is presenting. Namaskara, Bhagini.
Namaskara, Bhagini. I am Nijaha Paro Veti Ganana Lagu Chetasam Udara Charitanam Tu Bahu Vasudaiva Kudumpakam.
One more time.
Vasudaiva Kudumpakam. Kudumbakam.
Kutumbakam.
Kutumbakam. Kutumbakam.
Say it slower. Kutumbakam.
Kutumbakam.
We are used to saying Kudumbam, no, in Tamil. But it is Kutumbakam.
Kutumbakam. I am Nijaha.
Just take a breathe. Take a pause and read a little bit slower. I am
Nijaha Paro Veti Ganana Laku Chetasam Udara Charitana Tu Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Kudumbakam. Kutumbakam.
Very good.
Kutumbakam. Meaning I am, this is my man, or he is not mine. That narrow-minded people, this sort of discrimination, that narrow-minded people will say, narrow-minded people will say, he is mine is not mine, like that. But Udara Charitana, broad-minded people, but the people with generous heart, the whole world is their own family. Vasudhaiva. Vasudhaiva means Vasudha Eva. Vasudha Eva. Vasudha means world, Bhumi. Actually, this one, the whole world is our family. Like that, one family, like broad-minded people will say. Paro Veti. Pa Paraka Iti. He is he is mine, he is not mine. Like that, narrow-minded people will say, but broad-minded people will say, the whole world is their own family.
One family.
One family. Narrow.
Very good. Very good. I have not given the split. So, for example, like Bhagini said, I am Nijaha. 1 second, Bhagini. I am Nijaha Paraha Va Iti Ganana Laghu Chetasam Udara Charitanam Tu Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam. So I have not, 1 second. So I have not given the split here because at this time there is no requirement to do the split and understand, but in general, high level, I am Nijaha means this person is mine. Paro Veti. He is somebody else, some others not related to me. Ganana, which is considering that way. Just know high level, right? The split of words you will learn the Vichedanam and the Pratipadartha as you travel in this Samskrita Yatra when you go to level 2 and level 3. So you don't have to know Vasudha Eva becomes Vasudhaiva. You don't have to know that. But then Vasudhaiva Kutumpakam means the entire of this one family. It is enough if you know that. Uttamam Bhagini. The complete meaning?
Complete meaning. This is my man or he is not mine. This sort of discrimination prevails in the narrow-minded people. narrow-minded people. Consideration like he is narrow-minded people. The broad-minded persons says the whole world is in their own family.
The entire world is
their
one
own family.
Or
One
like their own family. Very
family.
good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Dhanyavad.
Very good. This means the end of the first line. So when you have, it's sort of like a comma, you can say. So it's like the first line ends with 1. The second line ends with 2. Prabhabhagni is messaged asking why 1 line and 2 lines here. So when you say 1 line, it is like end of sentence, but for so this resembles like Tirukkural, no, where there are 2 lines. So kind of the first line you give 1 stroke, and then the second line, which is the completion, you give 2 strokes. You will see that in Bhagavad Gita as well, where you have 2 lines. Great observation, Prabhavagni. Okay, I will share this. Please read and reread, especially the non-Vyakaranam content. Just keep reading. Whenever you are bored, pick up and read the Subhashitam and try to see if you can understand the meanings of the words there, right? Like for example, I am, you should be able to define what it is. It is a Sarvanama Pada. It is Ekavachanam. It is Pullinga Padam. And it is the declension, the root Pratipadikam is Idam Shabda. So read as much. You can write and practice. At this point, I used to do a lot of writing because we are not used to writing this language. You should see my Pravesha note. Lot of writing that I had practiced. It will also help you during the exam. The more and more you write, it will help you tackle the language, the bhasha, with ease. So, correct, because it is followed by a consonant. Ayam does not end with in here, right? So, small, and if it's an end of a sentence, then it will always end with im here. So, simple things like these will help you settle in with more ease. So, coming Sunday, we will have the second assignment, which will be based on, I think, class 3 and 4. We did the basic introduction, which was assignment 1. I think 3 and 4 we will cover in assignment 2. 2 weeks later, you will have the assessment for the entire lesson 1, which will include grammar and all the content that has been covered so far, only from lesson 1. So, you can start preparing from now. You'll have about 2 weeks to prepare this content. And after I submit or share the question paper in the WhatsApp group, find a quiet spot in your house and maintain a separate notebook for these assignments and start writing and self-grading, right? After I post the answers, time yourself. See how long you take to write. Initially, the time is longer than what anybody would take because you'll be thinking laghu. Is it laghu or laghu? Should it be alpa pranaha or mahapranaha? So start writing and start self-grading. When I did the first batch, because there were only 10, 12 of them, I used to grade every assignment. They used to send me the PDF and I used to grade. Now that we have scaled, we have many who are attending online and many who are looking at the recordings. I will not be able to do justice by grading each of the papers. So, self-grade, mark, use a red pen, mark the ones that you have made a mistake, and you will notice that as you move forward, it comes down, right? Your mistakes come down. Okay. We'll end class and I will share the PDF. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om. Tatsat. Dhanyavadaha. Shubhadinam. Ram Ram.